And we got Luc in the studio, just a regular local techno freak from Ghent, and we will ask him some questions about In Order to Dance 5. The first question is a very stupid one, Luc. For those not familiar with the genre, with techno, those who know nothing, tell us what is In Order to Dance.
It's a fucking great record, Gert.
Okay. Let's play it.
That's it. That's covered it.
No, tell us some more.
Well, it's basically an overview of recent highlights from the R&S Records catalog, and they're coupled with some selected tracks licensed from other labels which equally set the tone in the dance scene of today. And there's a concept behind it in this sense that it's compiled in a certain way. It builds up, it puts things together that make sense. It's not just thrown together. And there goes the phone. Already someone complaining. It's the 5th volume in the series, and I think, with all the formats and the stuff that's been going around it, I think it's pretty much the strongest. So what you hear in the background is the opening track. It's Mike Dred's Macrocosm. Mike Dred is a very fine lad from Lowestoft in England. He's a musician, also a DJ. He's been getting quite a name recently. This year he's already played DJ sets all over Europe. He runs the Diatomic label, which is an imprint of R&S. And he also records for Reflex Records. Reflex is Richard James' Aphex Twins label.
They had Nirvana.
Did they have Nirvana? Yeah. I completely missed that. And so Macrocosm was released a couple of months first on R&S on vinyl, and it's the opening track here.
Luc doesn't sound like a local techno freak. Mike Dred and Macrocosm. Luc, our guest, he mentioned something about Nouveau Acid, but he wants to take away pizza with meat, so don't trust that guy. Luc, next, what's up?
Next is Quadrant. Quadrant is one of the many pseudos of Moritz van Oswald. He's from Berlin. He's also known as Maurizio, and as such he was responsible for last year's brilliant Liot. Moritz was a member of the 80s band, experimental band Palais Schaumburg, together with Tos Veilman, amongst other people. And Infinition dates from last year, and I think it's going to go in history as one of the classic tracks in the dance genre. And I think Moritz van Oswald, he's gonna, in the years to come, he's gonna really prove some more things. So.
Yeah, we will hear that sentence again. I think a classic track in the dance genre.
Definitely. That's the idea. What In Order to Dance is about. I mean, it's not just a couple of tracks thrown together, but things that point in a certain direction. Not only things that have proven themselves as being great things, great tracks, but also that will point directions for the future.
You mentioned Palais Schaumburg with Quadrant. I heard a lot of people from the new wave movement in the 80s who are now making this new dance music.
Yeah, that's right. Like Thomas as well. But not only from the new wave movement. There's also people who in the 70s did ambient music who have now found a new niche and then are doing completely new things inspired by what's going on or what has been going on in the past couple of years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Now that we have an expert in the studio, is it ambient or ambient?
It's definitely ambient.
It's ambient, and this is Quadrant.
Quadrant.
$150 minutes of music, so we have to skip a few things here in our 2-hour show of presentation of In Order to Dance. We go from track 2 to track 4. It's music. Luc?
Yeah, music from the UK, Michael Paradinas, released on R&S this year. 4 tracks which went out under the name PHI asterisk 1700 open brackets U/V close brackets.
Which means?
I've got a clue, but I think it's very interesting, and it has some double entendres which I'm still sorting out. But the music in itself is so skull-splitting that you can't really say a lot about it.
Give me the dictionary. Skull-splitting.
Skull-splitting. It splits your skull, Gert, but yours is already split. It's the way this mutilated rhythm loop goes with the marimba melody that comes in after a couple of minutes it's sheer genius, I think. It's something that's never been done before.
Et pour les Flamands, la même chose.
Unmistakably. Next we skip to number 6, and we come to one of R&S Records' longest standing recording artists. Actually, he's been standing here next to me for the past quarter of an hour. It's Outlander, and the guy's real name is Macrocosm, and he's from Barcelona. No kidding. Aren't you, Marcos? No, he doesn't want to say it. But he is from Barcelona originally. His Vamp was one of the underground hits of 1991. He enjoyed critical acclaim for his contributions to famous Teste series, which is now defunct. And this track is one of his most recent. It's called Shades of Perception.
It's of Perception. We skip from 6 till 9 and we arrive at 6/9.
Yeah, indeed, 6/9. The name of 6/9 stands for Carl Craig, and he's definitely the undisputed leader of the new school of Detroit masters, following hot on the heels of the originators like Juan and Derek. And at 6/9 he produced a couple of brilliant 12 inches, and this track, Rushed, was taken from Sound on Sound, which was released a couple of months ago.
69 and Rushed. From this track, from the In Order to Dance number 5, we go to the last one on the first CD. It's the Aphex Twin, famous name on R&S.
Famous name on R&S. His career was launched with the crucial Didgeridoo, and from there, with Silent Tube and Selected Ambient Works, of course, he got a very big name for himself. Actually, the track that we're going to hear now, Polynomial-C, is taken from that Silent Tube EP. And one reviewer in England who already reviewed In Order to Dance, he stated, Polynomial-C dates back from the time when Richard James was still making music while awake. Make of it what you want. In any case, I detect a slight hint of Philip Glass here.
Another brilliant track from In Order to Dance 5, which means there has been an In Order to Dance 1, a 2, a 3 and a 4. Yeah?
Yeah, exactly. I'm amazed.
Good thinking.
I'm amazed at your counting abilities. Yeah, and this one is definitely the most extensive, because there's various formats. There's regular CD, there's cassette, double cassette. There's, for the first time, techno album is on mini-disc, and a double mini-disc, which is a premiere as well.
What's that, a mini-disc?
It's a new format, Gert. It's based on digital technology. Yeah, and then furthermore, of course, there's limited edition where you have an extra CD with 6 tracks with the normal double. There's the Lightbox, of which we've already talked a lot here, which is limited to 1,000, and there's the vinyl. The vinyl also contains an extra 5 tracks, and we'll definitely play some from that.
Yeah, I only ask stupid questions, but is it true that DJs buy mostly the vinyl, and there are fans at home who buy this in order to dance CD for us and other compilations?
I don't think it's only limited to DJs. There's still people who attach a lot of value to vinyl and who are analog minded only. Just like, for example, the track we're hearing now, µ-Ziq, Subway Route. It's from a label called Urdile Discs in England, and they only do their stuff on analog tape. They don't want to have anything to do with digital machines. So yeah, it's sort of complementary. This is a very nice one as well. One of my favorites, Subway Route by µ-Ziq.
µ-Ziq to Point Blank, from one track to another. Luc, Point Blank.
Point Blank, they're from Holland. Well, he is from Holland. It's a guy called Jeroen Verheij. He was also responsible for Secret Cinema. And this coming track proves that not all things dance in Holland are centered around the so-called handbag circuit. Yeah, the handbag circuit. Yeah. Well, it's more the housey, clubby scene, which dominates definitely in Holland. But there's also an undercurrent of people like Jeroen Verheij who.
So you have people who dominate Holland, and you have an undercurrent.
You're making it very complicated today, yeah? Yeah, I guess so. But in the clubs, it's mainly in Holland. It's mainly clubby house, mellow, and you have, of course, the gabber. But this is beyond that, I think. This is Meng's theme.
Good news for us, our vegetarian pizza arrived. Oh, correction, Luc ordered some Hawaiian pizza with pork, I think, or something.
I don't know, I'll find out in a minute.
Luc, next, CJ Bolland.
Yes, CJ Bolland, one of the big names on R&S. You could hear him 2 days ago on Radio Republica.
As a DJ
with a live set of intelligent techno. And this is a track that hasn't been released before. It's going to be on his next album, Electronic Highway. CJ, well, what can I say? He's done like album work, Fort Sign, dance stuff with pop potential like the single Camargue. And also he's quite famous for remixing. He's done stuff for Phylyps, Utah Saints, and recently Tori Amos, which is really a brilliant remix.
Wow, that must be amazing.
Yeah, it's really, really something, and I hope maybe the listeners of Radio Republica will be able to hear it in the coming days. You never know.